Hello everyone, and welcome back. In the last clip, we took care of getting our enemy moving to attack us, and that's great. But right now, our enemy is not animated. He's just rolling along. We want to set it up so we're actually using the animations we built. The other thing we want to do in this clip is clean it up so if our enemy falls off the edge of our map, we destroy it as well. Alright everyone, let's get started. To start off with, go to your aggression zone and click it. Scroll down until you find your enemy movement and double click to open it up. Okay, here in code we're going to set it up so that our enemy starts to run whenever they start to charge, and they stop running and go back to their idle whenever the player leaves their trigger. We've already set up the animations and we're all ready for that. What we're going to need is a link or a reference to our animator. So let's declare a brand new animator, and we'll call this our enemy AC. Perfect. Scroll down until you find your start function. Inside of your start function, you're going to want to find your enemy AC. Our enemy AC is going to be equal to, and right now you're thinking you're going to use your get component. Well, unfortunately we can't. We can't simply use our get component because the animator is located somewhere within a child of our current layer. Therefore, we have to use our get component in children. Using get component in children will find the very first thing that you're looking for. In our case, the very first thing we're looking for is an animator. So we're looking for our animator. It will find the first animator in the path. In our case, there's only one animator, so we're going to be fine. Okay, once we find that, we can then use it however we want. Let's scroll down to our update. And once we find our update, we already know when we're charging. Right here, we check if we are charging, if enough time has passed, and whether or not we're going too quickly. If we are, if all of these things are true, well, we actually start our movement. So what we're going to want to do is add a line of code after we do our if-else statements. What we want to do is set the bool we created previously in our animator to be true. Right now, we already know charging is true because we're in this if statement. Therefore, we can simply set our isCharging parameter from our animator to be equal to our charging value here. So enemy AC dot, and we're going to use the set bool function. Put in your round bracket. We're looking for our isCharging. And if you spell this wrong, it's not going to work. This is not going to autofill or anything else. You have to fill it in with the appropriate text. If you don't, this will not work. Is charging. Perfect. And I want to give it the value of charging. I'll end with my round bracket and my semicolon. I'm going to grab this line of code and I'm going to copy it. Edit, copy. Perfect. I'm going to scroll down until I find my onTriggerExit. And once again, inside of my onTriggerExit, I want to set my animator equal to the value of charging. So I will paste it here. There we go. Perfect. By doing so, we've already set our charging equal to false, and we're going to update our parameter appropriately. All right, let's file save this. And let's head back into Unity. Here in Unity, let's make a couple of quick changes to our enemy. Let's go to our aggression zone. Let's scroll down until we see our enemy acceleration, and I'm going to set this to a very low value. Let me set this to 5 for now. That's low enough that the movement will be slow. That way we'll be able to see that the animation is actually working. If our character moves too quickly, we're not going to see the animation in motion. Okay, with that set, let's hit play. I'm going to move into position. There we go. It's moving really slow and slowly accelerating, but we can see that we are now in the appropriate animation. Let's get out of this one. And we can see that our enemy is no longer animating. That's working perfectly. Okay, let me put this back to an appropriate acceleration of 10. You could even make it 15 or even 20 if you really wanted to. So let's put it back to 10, and we're working the way we were working previously. It's looking really good. Now we have a problem. It is possible for our enemy to run off of the side of our platform now. If it does, it will fall infinitely in virtual space. we don't want to waste that processing power. So we're going to make a quick change to our game cleaner. Find your game cleaner and click it. Look for your game cleaner controller and double click that to open it up. The game cleaner is something we built in a previous Unity 2D Fundamentals course. What it does is if something enters the cleaner, it destroys it. Particularly, we set it up to destroy our player. That way, if our player falls off the edge of the map, we are properly calling our makeDead function, and that will kill our player off. But now we have the option that something else might fall off the edge of our map as well. Our enemy could run off the edge of the map and kill itself. We want to make sure we destroy that object as well. We're going to add, at the bottom of our if statement, an else. So if anything else falls inside, we're going to want to destroy that object as well. We're going to use the destroy function, and we want to destroy the game object that falls inside. Other.gameObject. All right, semicolon, perfect. Let's file, save that as well. Okay, everyone, back in Unity, let's just make sure this is working appropriately. I'm just going to take my aggression zone, and I'm going to move this entire character like this, so it's going to fall directly into my game cleaner. My game cleaner is located right there. All right, let me turn off my maximize on play, and what should happen is when my enemy falls and enters into this trigger, it destroys the entire hierarchy. Let's hit play and check it out. Perfect. Our enemy fell in there and was destroyed. We're not going to waste any processing power on a falling enemy. That's exactly what we want to see. In fact, that brings us to the end of this module and to the end of this course. That brings us to the end of this module. I really do hope you enjoyed it. In this module, we took care of coding our simple AI for our mobile enemy. Our mobile enemy will now turn to face the character whenever the character enters the danger zone, and will charge the player after a certain amount of time. Alright everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this module as well as this entire course, and I very much look forward to seeing what you are able to create.